Hello and welcome. Today is August 24th, 2020. I'm just presenting a quick little video here about an upcoming release we're talking about for Arbidon. So we, just to recap, we did our kind of formal launch here in January of 2020. And since then we've been releasing every kind of month, 2 months, a new feature release with it, which includes a number of really great new features that are both on our roadmap and also those that have been suggested by our members. And we're just in the process of finalizing feature release 6. Now what's cool about this is probably our most ambitious release yet, because it really combines the effort of 3 separate releases into one. So we're making some huge changes to supplier management, inventory management, and a whole bunch of other gems that are just going to be really helpful for you to run your Amazon FBA business. And today I want to showcase this one kind of small feature that we've kind of included in here, and we're calling that our business goals. So the idea here is, when we're planning our business, we want to figure out how much money do I need to make, how much money do I want to, does my business need to make, and so it gets very complicated when you're trying to figure out all those details. So I just want to show you and jump in and show you this feature here, because it's kind of a cool way of getting a sense of, how much should I be selling on a monthly basis, so that I'm making the take-home income as the owner that I kind of expect to. So just gonna kind of navigate the stuff we would see on this screen, and then we're gonna go do some scenarios here and kind of examine that and see how, and kind of get a feel for that. So just jumping on to this, I've got an owner's expenses set of fields up here, and what this means is you have to kind of figure out what's your monthly home budget, and this will be your after tax amount. So let's just say I need $5,000 for my mortgage, my car payments, all that stuff combined. Boom, $5,000. Now, there's also going to be an expectation there's going to be some, income taxes that you need to pay for that. And so really what that's going to come to is, what's the gross income before tax that you need from your business in order to pay yourself? And so we've got some controls here that to kind of help you kind of navigate and kind of say, okay, well, in general, my product mix gives me about a 25% COGS, a 25% Amazon fees, and in theory that should leave me about the rest of it for me as the owner, 50%. So what that kind of tells me is I need $5,000 a month in order to make that, based on half of it going to my cost of goods and half of it going to Amazon. I would need to generate $10,000 of sales every single month. All right, now to get that $10,000, because the cost of goods includes your prep cost, your product cost, shipping into Amazon, you need to also figure out how much money do I need, how much capital, how much am I going to spend every month just to get that $10,000 in sales. Now that's where this kind of widget down here comes in and tells you, well, 25% of 10,000, $2,500. Cool. Now let's jump into something a little more realistic, because this isn't how it really works. This is overly simple. So I'm going to say I want to make $10,000 a month. And I'm going to say, well, in addition to that, maybe every year I've got, say, $10,000 I want to spend on toys or things or trips or savings, things of that nature. That would be over the course of the year. It's not going to be every single month, but just to kind of figure it out so I can plan for it and budget for it. And then realistically, let's say I have maybe 25% tax rate here. I can just move this little slider here back and forth, and I get to 25%. And this calculates everything for me, saying, okay, $10,000 a month, the monthly portion of the $10,000 one time per year is, $10,800. That's after tax. Before tax, it's $14,000. I need to have $14,000 in my pocket as margin from my Amazon business to make ends meet. Okay, now let's go take a look here and say, well, you know what? I know in general, let's say my costs are more like 37% for my cost of goods, and my Amazon selling fees are on average 37%, just for argument's sake. Maybe I'm spending about 5% on product A costs, so 5% of my overall sales will go into the cost of ads. And then customer return rate, well, let's say maybe conservative, let's say 4% here. So that tells me that to make my $14,000 a month, I need to be doing just over $60,000 in sales every single month. Now, in order to kind of factor that in, looking at this huge chunk of this pie here, that's the cost of goods. to make that every month, that's $22,500 of product costs I need to be putting in. So I gotta be racking up my Visa every month, putting in that much inventory into the warehouse. But I also realize that sometimes those products don't sell through within the 30 days, either because of, so between the time I spent the money and it gets into Amazon, there's a lot of delays these days, and sometimes those products aren't that super fast of a seller anyways. So I'm going to just say that let's just break that into two parts. The part of that money that's going to come back to me in 30 days might be a little bit more. Let's say 60% of that stuff sells through, and I get my disbursement within this first 30 days. So that helps me plan my cash flows, helps me plan how much money I'm actually going to make. So at 100%, I only need to put in a $22,000 investment, but I have to overcommit my capital spend in order to make those make that 60% of those products get sold within 30 days. So that's $37,500. It's a much different picture, much more realistic and truer to life. So this is at least a tool that we built for you, so you can kind of start to plan, start to get a little bit of a sense about how much money do I actually need to run my business, to make my monthly incomes, to make my expected targets, and grow my business based on some of these high level metrics. And so this is something we're keen to get your feedback on, hear about if there's different ways you look at your business in estimating your profitability and your expected capital. But anyways, I just want to put this out there, let it be known that we've got our feature release 6 coming out very shortly here. Looking forward to a lot of really positive things coming from that, and we're excited to see that come out soon. So thanks very much for watching. Have a great day.